Hi, and welcome to Studio SN. My name is Sara Naumann, and today we're coloring with AquaTints. Spectrum Noir AquaTints are great for coloring in stamped images, and you can also use the color then to extend past the images themselves and onto the background to create a really soft effect. And that's what I've done on the front of my card here. So you can see the green inside these stamped leaves. That is one of my AquaTint colors here. It's also then been pushed to the background to create a really nice sort of watercolor effect. And then I've added a second layer of AquaTint color, which is this really pretty teal. The techniques are both really easy to do, so let's take a look. I'm going to begin with my stamped and embossed images, and I've stamped and embossed these onto plain white matte cardstock. The stamps I'm working with are from WOW Embossing powders, and this is the Flights of Fancy stamp set. And I've embossed that with one of my new favorites. This is the Earth Tone Honey Regular, and I just think this is such a gorgeous color, and it coordinates so nicely with the blue and the green of the AquaTints. So I've stamped and heat embossed this. This is actually going to act as a resist for me. And then what I'm going to do is simply use a paintbrush to paint in these images. Now you can see the tip of the paintbrush against my very painty finger. You can tell I've been busy around here today. But this is a really fine tip paintbrush. You don't need something quite that fine, but something on the smaller side is going to be better rather than a very large brush, especially for this leaf image. It kind of depends on the image that you're stamping with as well. But I like to have a little bit more control as I'm doing this, just to make sure I don't go outside the lines, or if I do, don't go outside too badly. Now we are going to be creating a bit of a cloudy effect in the background, so if you slip a little bit, that's not quite such a big deal. So you can see I'm just dipping in that paintbrush and then using it to color in on top of the leaves, because that heat embossing, because it's raised, it's going to act as a resist to the watery medium that I'm putting on top. So if you are a little bit nervous about staying inside the lines, no need to worry, because with this embossing technique, it really does sort of hold all of the color inside the lines. Okay, so I'm just scrubbing this on here, and I have my leaves all colored in. Now I could leave this as it is because it looks really pretty, but I want to create that sort of cloudy effect in the background. So I'm going to have two things on hand. One is a water mister bottle, and the other is a dry baby wipe. So you can see I've blotted other colors with this, and it's just a soft cloth is what you're going to want, rather than a paper towel that's going to have a pattern on it. And I'm going to give a couple of spritzes here directly onto that stamped leaf, and you can see that water and the ink are going to combine, and they will react together. And then that way, as you're blotting the color on the leaf and you're moving your baby wipe, you're creating a very soft sort of cloudy effect on here. And then you can see you've got a really nice sort of watercolor look. The nice thing about this is that it really kicks back that stark white of your background. Again, you can stop here. You can leave this as is. I wanted to add another color in here too. So here's my teal, and this is the 06 teal. You'll notice I always label all of the tops of my caps of my AquaTints, and that just helps me to find them more easily when they're on my desk. Now here I'm using a stipple brush, and this is one from Faber-Castell. It's a nice size, and it's one that I use quite a lot. I'm dipping this right into that teal, and I'm going to make a little pool on my craft sheet. You could use whatever kind of palette you have. And then I'll add some more water on here just to dilute that color. I'll pick up the watery color with my stipple brush. And then you can see how my finger got so colorful. Then I'm just going to spatter this directly onto my paper. Now you can blot this, you can let it air dry, whatever you happen to decide. If you let it air dry, it will get a little bit more muted from the color that you see right here. So that's just a nice guide for you to have on hand. If you blot it with a tissue or a towel, then it will get much more muted. So let me bring back in my original card here. I'm going to try and avoid my puddle down here at the bottom, and we'll just talk through the assembly of the card. Now, once I've trimmed that down, I matted I edged the sides with embossing ink, and then added the earth tone honey regular around the outside edges so that I have a heat embossed edge on all 4 sides here. And that really creates a nice frame and coordinates with my embossed images there. Matted this up onto white and then onto this pretty teal and onto a navy blue. The navy has also been edged and embossed with that honey regular. Now I've put the whole thing up onto a green card base, so this is a nice green cardstock, and I thought it really tied all of the colors together. And in contrast with that pretty gold, I've added silver brads on each corner, and then I've got a little teal gingham ribbon in the center. So it creates a really nice stamped card focal, and one that I think goes for lots of different card themes. So this is how you can use your Spectrum Noir AquaTints to color in your stamped images. I hope you enjoyed today's show. For more ideas and inspiration, please stop by my website at saranaumann.com. If you enjoyed today's video, I invite you to subscribe to Studio SN on YouTube, and I'll keep you updated with a new video every Wednesday. Thank you for joining me on Studio SN, and I'll see you again next time.